You and your panel. I came in a little bit late. I'm trying to catch up on the conversation, but I'm wondering if Black History Month. I understand where the argument is. We
Mhm.
shouldn't be celebrating or talking about the history of any other country other than American history. But I'm wondering if Black history can also be or can also be celebrating the achievements of Black immigrants within America. Like, would we still is celebrating Barack Obama, for example, who's
Mhm.
not an FBA? Would we is that still a part of Black history, or does Black history only apply to FBA?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. At the beginning, I was saying that is the argument. People are saying things like, should Stokely Carmichael or Kwame Ture, should he not be included in Black history because he's Trinidadian, um, and or should Shirley Chisholm or Dr. Asar mentioned Marcus Garvey, and then I'm sitting here thinking about some of those brothers and sisters who have Caribbean backgrounds who contributed to Pan African thought. Should they be included in Black American history? That's a good question, man. I cannot see me celebrating Black history without including Kwame Ture. I just couldn't. I
Right.
mean,
Or
I couldn't. I'm thinking about the work that he put in, like here in America, on behalf of Black people in America. No one could, like, how could you exclude him from that? You know what I mean? How could you exclude Shirley Chisholm from, like, you can't. And as much as people want to talk about Garvey, I see people in the chat. He was a scammer. He was this. He was that. He was that. You cannot deny the work that Marcus Garvey put in when he got here, and he
And
was
even if he
influenced.
was a scammer, you
He
celebrate Hitler.
Yeah, right. And he was look, and he came here, under the influence. He was heavily influenced by Booker T. Washington. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So I couldn't see me celebrating Black History Month without including people like the folks that I named. What are your thoughts though, American Dream? Do you think that
yeah,
people
well,
like him should be discarded? I mean,
no, absolutely not. I think
yeah.
I think I think Black History Month is a part of American history. It's a part of Black American history,
Mhm.
and all of these people are all of them were a part of what happened in America. And if we're going to say we're not going to celebrate them as part of
Mhm.
Black History Month, is not because what they did didn't take place in America, is because we're now thinking that they are no longer Black people, but Caribbean people that helped to build America is a part of the Black American history. So are African people that helped to, build the fabric of what America is. But it is fundamentally, in my view, American history. And if Caribbeans are a part of that history, they should be acknowledged during Black American history, unless we're saying they're no longer Black people.
Mm, okay. Okay. Dr. Saw, you want to weigh in on that?
Peace, brother. American Dream. Let
Peace
me
to you,
let me
Doc.
let me give you some love, man. I agree with you on this one. So- you know, and yeah, I mean, I think I'm not sitting around. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm not gonna be all intellectual today. I'm not sitting around separating the rice from the I don't know what, like the sugar from the salt. I'm not doing that. I like is this what we're gonna do? We're gonna start we're gonna have to do research on all the ethnicities of our Black people who've done things here and make these decisions. Like, I'm not doing that. It doesn't make sense. That is something that is indicative, that is something going on in us that we need to heal. And again, Black people have been lied to in America. Black people in America are highly celebrated, even if people talk bad about them.
Mm.
People talk bad about celebrated people. Ask Diddy, ask President Obama, ask anybody who's celebrated, ask any person who's a celebrity. We do have a problem. I think that Dr. Carter G. Woodson is actually speaking to it. In America, there is a celebrity culture, and he's even trying to get us to look deeper than that and past that.
Mm.
Indeed, and I also think the fact that the history of the Americo-Liberians, for example, is a part of American history as well. So even when you study the history of Liberia, you're also studying the history of America, and that's also a part of Black history. It's outside of America, but it's also Black American history as well.
Absolutely.
A lot of American slaves fled to the Caribbean um, for refuge, even after the Revolutionary War, and that's also a part of Black American history. So it's really difficult to speak about Black American history without including other countries as well.
So
Doc, you
that's
still?
yeah, I'm
Uh,
still here. I was listening
no,
to him. No, I'm with
I'm
him.
just,
So
I'm trying to.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm gonna just keep it plain. You know, I can talk all intellectual sometimes, but I'm just saying I am not separating the salt from the sugar. Once they put it in together, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't celebrate and we don't have different levels of this, but you can't really. And I think what American Dream is saying here is that you cannot really talk about American history without speaking about American history. I mean, African American history without talking about African American history. African Americans have a history before we ended up here. I'm saying the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's indicative that like that we are hurt. That we can't look at the whole story. I'm not saying get stuck there. I'm saying, but also talk about our revolutionaries. Also talk about those how we talk about the people who fought for us on these lands. We can't even talk about American history and not talk about we're not going to talk about Miriam Makeba and her and what she did here and Stokely Carmichael and how they got married. What are we going to do? We're going to start to act like that didn't exist.
No, I'm with you, Doc. I'm with you. No, I'm with you. I'm just saying, I'm with you. I'm all about, again, just like you said, telling the whole story. But definitely centering ourselves in the story. You know what I mean? And that's just my point. Making sure that we remain at the center. That's all I'm saying.
That's what Black history looks like. But anyway, I think the problem I had with Black History Month or the way that we're doing it, it's not that Black people aren't celebrated in the United States. That's what we talk about mainly. Let's get that a buck. Let's keep that real. That's real anecdotally, and even if you had to do the research, we talk about Black Americans the most. We're already centered. But what we do is we have a poor recount of accurate history. That's what we need to be talking about.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm upset about, the misrepresentation, the intellectual dishonesty. And that's what I've been combating, and that's all of us been combating that on the internet.
And I'm saying even on the political level, the whitewashing of a Martin Luther King or the even a Malcolm X or the I can't even say the word right.
Depoliticizing.
Yeah, depoliticizing of our figures. Thank you, Dr. Matt. The depoliticizing of our heroes and sheroes on this particular continent. I mean, in this particular country. And worldwide, but specifically here. There's no shortness of Black Americans being celebrated during African American History Month. There's a depoliticization. I'm looking for that word, but I can't get it out. Of our historical figures.
Yeah, if I may, Doc, thanks again for letting me up. The last thing I would say is that for me, it really is a shame that we want to kind of remove Africans and the diaspora from our celebration of Black History Month, when the very reason that we today even refer to ourselves as Black is out of kind of like, we were trying to connect with Africa and the diaspora. That's why we even refer to ourselves as Black as an ethnonym today. And that's what the push was about. The whole Black Power movement was about connecting to Africa. There really is no Black Power unless Black Americans are connected to the diaspora, because that's what makes Black people a majority, and that's where Black power comes from, is from our majority when we connect to Africa and the diaspora. So to now want to really remove Africa and the diaspora from Blackness is just really seems to me as kind of a step backwards from the Black Power movement, if you will, and really a step backwards from where our strength lies. But again, Doc, thank you so much for
hold on,
bringing me in.
no problem, American Dream, always. I do want to say this though, American Dream. I do got to give you some pushback when you say that the Black Power movement was about connecting ourselves to Africa and the diaspora. I would say that the Black Power movement was about self-determination. Black people, defining for ourselves, speaking for ourselves, building for ourselves, controlling the politics, the culture, and the economics in our communities. I wouldn't say that the Black Power movement was about connecting ourselves to Africa and the diaspora. Did you have some organizations that did that? Some people in organizations that did that? Absolutely. But it was really about self-determination. And it was really about, having control, having power over our destiny, power over our economics, our culture, our politics. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it really was about. You know what I mean? Not just connecting to Africa and the diaspora. But like I said, did you have some people doing that? Yeah, you had all kinds of, even the US organization, people's learning Swahili, wearing dashikis, and, all of that stuff, calling themselves, we Africa. I mean, all of that stuff. Did that happen? Yes. But it was people and, organizations, but that wasn't what it was all about. When you say like the Black Power movement, what was that about? It was about Black people empowering themselves, empowering ourselves. And some people thought that it was, re-identifying ourselves or reconnecting with Africa. Some people thought it was about defending our neighborhoods here and building our own schools. It was so many different moving pieces to the Black Power movement. Dr. Assar, did you want to chime in on that?
No, I mean, I think that they're inseparable. I don't think is again two separate arguments. I think that it's a both and. I mean, because even a great majority of those people who spoke about self-determination and many of these figures, they had some Pan-African ideals, whether or not they subscribe to the word or not. But I think that it's a both and.
It's a both and. I got you. Mm-hmm. All right. American Dream, thank you so much for coming on, Warrior. Appreciate you.
Indeed. Thank you. Appreciate you guys as well. Blessings.
Good, brother. Look, hey, brother American Dream. Man,
yes, sir.
You did good today. You did good today. Keep it up.
Oh, man.
Leave alone. Leave American Dream alone.
That means a lot coming from you, Doc.
Peace, brother.
Peace,
indeed.
Man.
Blessings to you both.
Blessings to you. Peace. Yeah, family, before we get out of here, family, make sure that you get your Carter G. Woodson, your Dr. Carter G. Woodson hoodie. You see me rocking it, family. The Dr. Carter G. Woodson 100 years of Negro History Week, since the establishment of Negro History Week. So I'm rocking the hoodie. The hoodie is unisex. You can head on over to meltrek365.com, family. I'm dropping that link in the chat. meltrek365.com. Drop that link in the chat, family. Make sure that you head on over here. We're only pressing up 100 hoodies. All right. And almost half of them are gone. So make sure that you head on over here. And these are unisex hoodies. Like if you click on the link, these are definitely unisex hoodies. Dr. Assar, you need to get yours. You see the sister rocking the rocking the hoodie. Look, the sister rocking
mine. The next time you over this side, just bring it. And I'm sorry.
Oh no, you gotta press up. You gotta press up. You gotta order it online.
See, Negroes always trying to do.
You gotta do it online. You gotta do it online.
Negro History Week.
Yeah, Negro History Week right here, family. Yeah. So you see the sister rocking it. And then also,
it was nice.
Yeah, thank you. And then you see I'm rocking it right now. And we also got the shirt. I'm gonna wear my shirt next week. Nice. This is the shirt right here. Dr. Carter G. Woodson right here. Shirt right here, family. Unisex shirt. Make sure that you grab it. Head on over to meltrek365.com, family. Click on the link. Dr. Assar, do you have any closing words for the listening audience?
Oh man, Dr. Matt, I appreciate you bringing me on and having this dialogue, and you always being one who is serves as resistance to whatever's going on in popular culture. Um, I think about the question about the separation. I'm like, then I have to look at Malcolm X, and then I have to look at, well, his FBA status, and
Yeah,
what do
yeah,
we include him, and and all these different things. But then I say, well, let me even take it a step further. My mind is just saying, well,
yeah.
I can't even take Castro out of a Black American history, although he's not a Black American. I'm saying we have to talk about the interactions and him coming over here, him sitting down with people in America, including Malcolm X and so other figures. So I'm not saying that we have to center them, as you say, but we can't erase the story.
I'm
Mhm.
and Doc, I think we're on the same. And see,
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
why I love talking to intellects, because we I hear you, you hear me, and then we come to an agreement. And,
Mhm.
and I'm in agreement with you. Like I
Mhm.
think we need to tell the full story. And guess what? Dr. Carter G. Woodson, he wanted the full story told.
Mhm. Mhm.
He wanted to talk about it. He did,
Mhm.
and so my thing is, I don't want it to be a situation where, again, not just so we won't be going in circles, where we're decentered. That's all. During
Mhm.
Black History Month, we could tell our whole story and what happened, and then this person happened. Like I said, I would never not include Malcolm X
Mhm.
in Black history ever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then there was some other folks, and I know Baba Emotep Fadiu, he'd go all the way back to the 1830s, and he'd start
Yeah.
talking about different people. And this person had a Caribbean background, and this person was a part of the. That's him.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But my point is, I would never not say that there weren't people who had continental African backgrounds or Caribbean backgrounds who did not contribute to the American struggle with the Black America. I would never say that.
Can I give you an example?
Hold on. Let me just finish my thought, Doc. I'm saying that I would never say that. I'm just saying that we definitely need to prioritize ourselves
Mhm.
during Black History Month in February,
Mhm.
and ensure that we tell the full story. I think, like you always say, it's not an or, it's an and. I think
Yeah,
we can do both. I
absolutely.
think that we can center ourselves and tell the whole story.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
my biggest thing, and I've been on the battlefield, is making sure that we don't misrepresent Black history. We don't
Mhm.
need to exaggerate it. We don't need to
Mhm.
lie about it. We don't need to change it, right? Like,
Mhm.
just be, forthright in telling our story. So I think,
Mhm.
like you always say, it's an and. We can center ourselves
Yeah.
and tell the full story. But go ahead, Doc.
Absolutely. No, I did just quickly. I'm thinking about my story, right? And my father's story. And I'm thinking about Dr. Yosef Joe Cannon. And I can't take him out of my story. It was
Yeah,
so
yeah, him too.
pivotal
Him too.
to my development, even by way of my father. So, I would have to add that as a part of my own Black history narrative. And I thank you again, Doc, for the build and the intellectual approach as well.
No, absolutely. And I appreciate you, taking time out of your schedule, to be here. You know, um, I was hoping the students tell them I'm gonna get them when you go
You,
see them
you know
on
what I'm
Tuesday.
thinking, though, Doc?
You think they had a Super Bowl party?
No, I'm thinking something else. When you think about the students that said they were coming, then I saw, you know what, when the talking points came out, I'm
Mhm.
thinking perhaps, see, you would not know it, but they are of mixed ancestry or as well. So
Okay.
perhaps, I mean, perhaps what happened.
Mhm.
Possibility they don't want to be in these wars within the diaspora.
Oh, so when they saw the top, they
Now
saw
that
my when
could
they
be
saw my
a
when they saw my discussion points.
Yeah, we talk about these things, but look, they're phenomenal. We'll get them back on, Doc. We'll get them
Oh
on.
yeah, I hope
Yeah,
so. I hope so. And
yeah.
I definitely welcome them. I
Mhm,
definitely
mhm.
welcome them. And I appreciate you, Doc. I always appreciate your mind. I
Likewise.
appreciate your time, and I appreciate your energy. Because I know on Sundays you look, the wifey want to spend
Yeah,
time, and
she
you be like,
yeah.
I don't know if I can make it on Sunday.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you can't, you pulled up, and so I do appreciate your wife and your children sharing you with us today. So appreciate you, Doc. And I appreciate everyone who pulled up today. We had a nice little crowd, family. Before you get out of here, make sure that you thumb up the video. Please thumb it up, thumb it up, thumb it up. And also share this video. You know, we want to each one teach one. And a way to do that is to just simply share this on your social media pages or in your group chats, right? So make sure that you share. And also, family, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you will be notified. And family, join me back here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and Black excellence.
Peace, peace.
Peace.
Right beside the darts of the plan. We'll store that made in art of the man. The new knowledge of power. One more prayer. Knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. Break the chains and experience the knowledge. Find power in power, and truth in knowledge. Once you know, no one can take your knowledge. I read book after book, studying the power, spent hour after hour, learning black power, destroying lie after lie. For the power found self in these pages of conceptual power. I found the truth and I'm not letting go. Frederick Douglass and Booker T found power. Nat Turner found truth in his darkest hour. Mama Harriet set us free and stood for we. In these pages I found power in our history. UEP birthed the panther in me. In me, never let a fascist pig carry me, not me. Revolutionary thoughts, all I read. Normal for my soul, keep my spirit on high. Revolutionary thought is always on the rise. Yeah, is always on the rise. Love. Knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. Break the chains and experience the knowledge. Find power in power, and truth in knowledge. Once you know, no one can take your knowledge. I read book after book, studying the power, spent hour after hour, learning black power, destroy lie after lie. For the power found self in these pages of conceptual power. Our problem was never us, our problems was them. Them being the ones who robbed and took us, kings and queens, nation builders. From stolen legacy to Anthony Browder, building institutions with black knowledge. Build black libraries for black scholars, building black minds, urban philosophy, urban black reads every one place. Black owned bookstores, we support your space. To all black authors, we give much thanks. Knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. Break the chains and experience the knowledge. Find power in power, and truth in knowledge. Once you know, no one can take your knowledge. I read book after book, studying the power, spent hour after hour, learning black power, destroy lie after lie. For the power found self in these pages of conceptual power. Our problem was never us. Our problem was never us. Our problem was never us. Ooh. Knowledge is power. Our power is knowledge. Break the chains and experience the knowledge. Find power in power and truth in knowledge. Once you know, no one can take your knowledge.